as you know, I speak my mind, and hopefully it's all positive. Hopefully on this channel I don't sort of offend anybody. It's just my thoughts, my ideas. I believe everyone in the world is equal, despite any race, colour, religion, sexuality or whatnot. We're all one. Okay, we're all a part of the same team. And before I go, I want you to listen to this guy who I agree with, to be honest.
First it was Paw Patrol, it was the war on cops, now superheroes. You were a superhero, and now you're a police officer. What do you think?
Look, I played a superhero on television. This is insane to me, though, because these people will scream anti-police rhetoric all day long, but when their life is threatened and they need a hero, they will dial 911 and a police officer will show up. Because police officers are heroes. Now, yes, there have been some bad apples, there's been some bad situations, but 99.9% of all police officers are fantastic. They are there to serve and protect, and they do a fantastic job. This whole cancel culture thing that we're living in right now is crazy. It's like an early version of George Orwell's 1984. Up is down, war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. That's newspeak, and it's crazy. And what this article does in Time Magazine, what they talk about, from the very beginning, she makes a bunch of, the author of this article makes a bunch of claims that are totally untrue. She says, in the real world, tolerance for law enforcement acting with impunity is eroding. Law enforcement acting with impunity has never been something we've tolerated, never will. Calls to defund the police have now gone mainstream. No, they haven't. Look at Seattle's chop zone. Look what happened there. Look at the crime statistics in New York City. Then she says Hollywood heroizes cops. You can destroy that in one, just a list of titles. Training Day, Serpico, The Departed, The Wire, Black Klansman, Rambo. The list goes on and on, because a bad cop is a great villain because they're not supposed to be bad. So this stuff all just drives me insane. I promise you, as Superman, I wouldn't today be allowed to say truth, justice, and the American way.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're absolutely right. But if you watch any of these superhero shows, there's usually a protagonist. There's usually one bad guy, but all the superheroes are trying to fight him, and they always show that good prevails in the end. Paw Patrol, my daughter loves it. You have these Paw Patrols that come and save the day, and they rescue, and they help out the good people. Why are you white?
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Right. There was a lot of truth said in that, and I've often said that we've got to look at the bigger picture in these things, and there are bad people all around the world. There are bad white people, bad black people, black sexual, black straight, bad. There's just basically nut jobs in every society and every way of life. Nut jobs, dangerous people, and everything else. And we like to think that the law and the police is there for us. Growing up, when I was growing up, there used to be like gang fights out in the streets, and cars getting vandalised and everything else, and people would phone the police because there were all these young guys running about in the streets with baseball bats and threatening each other's lives, and the police station was around the corner. They didn't come. They waited till it died down. It was actually our mums that went out and grabbed hold of some of the boys and told them enough is enough. Where was the police force then? Where were they? Serving their own needs. And some people claim that it's you know, it's the paperwork now that there's hardly any police on the streets, and they're all tied up. Now, the thing is, if the police force, the judges, and we've all seen the films like The Runaway Bride, and no, not Runaway Bride, Runaway Jury, right, where they pay off the judges, and then you've got films where they pay off lawyers, they pay off judges, they threatening witnesses and everything else, and you think all this is just in movies. You've got Firm and stuff like that. All this is, you know, you got the money, we'll get you the verdict that you want. And you think this isn't real. The world, we live in our bubbles, and we think this is, you know, this is that's just fictional. You know, that's just fictional. But really, and I've just come aware of these fiascos recently. I mean, as I said in the last video, I watched, or I might have mentioned that I watched a documentary called The Stairway, and how the man was so badly represented by the lawyers and everything else, and by the police basically saying you're guilty and we're going to make sure you go down for it and everything else. And so when the police and the law is against you, even if you're innocent, and I'm talking about, I'm not just saying, as I said, in America, it's all over. We have all these departments that are policing the police. We sometimes cry out for vigilantes. So it's just, it's scary. Right now, I'm in the middle of watching on Netflix How to Make a Murderer on a guy called Steve Avery, and it's gripping. It shows you how this man was wrongfully accused, but he still serves 18 years, and because he's doesn't have that much money, he couldn't afford this, you know, really good lawyers and stuff like that, and so he gets out, and of course he wants to sue the government. He wants to sue this police station that wrongfully had him arrested and imprisoned for 18 years. He's going to go after them, put the court, but of course, because he's innocent, because he always claimed to be innocent, he felt he shouldn't need to move. The law is on his side. It will protect him, even though it didn't the last time. And then what happens? Well, I'm halfway through, but it's made me believe that the police station is set him up. Falsified evidence. So these people in the police station who just had a dislike to him, set him up for murder, so they didn't have to pay out all that money. He got some money, enough to buy again another decent lawyer. But again, this all boils down to these people just did not like him. And that's how he was wrongfully accused the last time, because certain police didn't like him. So where do we stand? And that's against a white person. That's against a white person, a white man. We had that thing recently. Well, we always had things recently with the white police and the black man, and it's kicked up storm. I just wish that we could all come together. Forget about skin colour, black or white, right? And there may be a truth, and there may be a wee tiny little thing about defund the police. It shouldn't really happen, because we need some sort of protection. That's why we have these police investigating police. So who's there to protect us? We need protectors. We need heroes. And so what's the answer? Well, there is no right answer. What we've got to do is question who chooses. You know, it's people put in this sort of power. It's the wrong people put in the power. Probably is it people that are rich that assume these high positions? Should they be given to the poor people, people that actually know what it's like to work all these hours and get low paid money. Maybe it's those people that should be in charge, that gives, you know, that will care for every individual and not just for those people with high money who can probably pay for their own police force. We should forget about, you know, the blame culture when it comes to citizens. Yes, we should maybe look at how the police select their police. As the old saying goes, who's policing the police? Who's watching the watchman? What do you think about Steve Avery? Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. Normally I do a DC channel. I don't know, I might even upload this to the DC channel. But it's a lot to think about. This video appears on The Inner Mind. Thanks very much for watching.